For those of you that don't know, it's very similar to an NAIA type of conference.
So there's the tip. Fardaws Amac wins it for the Utah Valley Wolverines. Starting 5 on the floor for the Wolverines. Latrey Darthard, Blaze Neal, Connor Harding, Fardaws Amac, and Tim Fuller. Latrey Darthard, beautiful mid-range shot. Teardrop doesn't go. And a rebound there from Christopher Blunt.
A nice soft jumper there from Darthard. It's not. We really want to get him going offensively. He's a guy that really can contribute.
So you're starting 5 on the other side for the Bethesda Flames. After that one comes off to the left. Rebounded by Connor Harding, Clark, Woods, Skipper, Blunt, and Johnson. Fardaws Amac loses the handle. Gets tripped up from behind, so still will stay with Utah Valley.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how in the paint Fardaws Amac deals with this smaller, quicker lineup. There's always something to be said about the smaller, quicker player versus the bigger player, and the hands and the quickness defensively.
Fardaws Amac goes to work, gets some contact. Whistle is called. Justin Johnson, the sophomore from San Diego, California, the pride of San Ysidro High School, listed at 6'8", going to have his hands full down there in the post tonight.
Well, he certainly is, and they came with that double team, and Dawes just went right through the double team. The double team was just a little slow in getting there.
And Fardaws Amac makes the first bucket for both teams tonight.
Yeah, anytime you want to double team the post like that, you've really got to come and you've really got to commit to that, or else what's going to happen is exactly what happened there, where Dawes just steps through it and then goes to the line against the smaller player.
Where he has been very successful so far this season. So we'll see how Bethesda comes in response to this. Another deep three-pointer from the top of the key. Nice shot there from Christopher Blunt.
Christopher Blunt, not shy in putting it up, and
no.
So a guy that you're probably going to have to get out there and get a hand up on.
So this is game number 11 for this Utah Valley squad, and close to game number 20 for Bethesda, but they played 6 Division I teams, and according to the rules for their conference and what they play, those Division I schools, they don't technically count.
Right, they're exhibition games.
Exactly.
And so you can play as many of those as you'd like in the NCAA rules.
Another big rebound there from Fardaws Amac. Utah Valley and Blaze Neal pushing it up the court. Now here comes Latrey Darthard. Darthard kicks it back out, and that pass got deflected. Pesky hands from Justin Clark.
Well, right there, Darthard had a path all the way to the basket, and he was trying to be unselfish and share with his teammate instead of looking at the basket, and got that ball deflected.
Latrey Darthard off the inbound. And Connor Harding.
Darthard's hair is looking good, too,
It looks fantastic.
It really does.
Tim Fuller back out to Blaze Neal in the corner. Fardaws Amac trying to get the rebound, fights through. And they're going to say that last Christopher Blunt's feet were out of bounds. And you see there's a lady right there in the front, and she's still
she's still
tense.
cowering.
She's still cowering. She thought she was going to get trucked over there in that front row.
Yeah, well, she had 3 big boys coming at her at full speed.
And her boyfriend or husband, whoever that is just laughing, eating some peanuts next to her.
Yeah, he really didn't even flinch.
A little too much sauce on that hot dog from Tim Fuller to Connor Harding. And it's these games like this, Josh, are very interesting just because, again, we know that school's out and it's the kids have already spent all that time and energy in the classroom.
Yeah, absolutely.
Holidays are coming up this next week, and you got a team that you know you need to win, but it's just hard to get that energy up.
Yeah, it is. It's hard to get off to a good start. And a lot of that, like you said, they've been studying for finals, getting finals out of the way. A great move there by Blunt.
Yeah.
Blunt took that right at the chest of the shot blocker, and, boy, he's looked good so far. He's got all 5 points here for Bethesda. But as we said, you've been really concentrating on your studies. They're out of the way now, and that's such a relief. Nice rebound by Dawes.
Fardaws Amac going up with it off the glass.
Well, that's good quickness on that reverse pivot there. Nice reverse pivot. Didn't hook, which is an important thing for those big men. Don't hook your defender. Nice move. Good finish.
So now the Flames working it. Another deep three-pointer. That one from Justin Clark. He hit that one from Crenshaw.
Well, old JC knocks it down. Here, boy, and draped all over him was Connor Harding. Great shot.
And Connor Harding drives. Gets met by a double team. Kicks it back out to Blaze Neal. Crossover to Darthard. That one rattles in and out. Fuller can't get it. Bounces back to Fuller. Goes off of his feet. And Bethesda ball.
That's the second time that Utah Valley big guys have tried to bring the ball down and put it on the floor, and both times it has resulted in a turnover for Utah Valley. In those situations against the smaller team, you've got to keep the ball up high, guys.
Clark working it. Blunt again, feeling it. Oh! Blunt, Christopher Blunt forces Coach.
And they're burning it up right now.
They are burning it up. 11-4. But make that 11-6. That's a shot that Fardaws Amac has worked on time and time again in the offseason, and it's become a fantastic quiver.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you this, Utah Valley came right out of that timeout and went straight to the big man.
Another big man with another rebound. Blaze Neal gives it back to the big man. Big man, I thought he was going to pull up a mid-jane. And a travel from Connor Harding.
Sometimes I think officials anticipate that a little bit. I didn't really see the feet move myself, but, that's why I don't wear stripes.
It's very true.
I look better in solids.
As do I. What I was told, the older we get, the less my metabolism works, the more we wear black. We would look good in the Bethesda uniform.
Yeah, absolutely.
Another distance three-pointer. That one comes up short. Beautiful tip out. These Bethesda Flames, they're not going down at all. And another corner three-pointer there from Sam Skipper.
Well, right now, 14-6. Bethesda, there is no guy in black, no player on that team, on that bench that doesn't believe they can win this game.
And Utah Valley still wiping the sleep from their eyes, it looks like, out there on the court.
Right, and Asa McCord has checked in now for Utah Valley, checks in for Tim Fuller.
And another three-pointer from Bethesda. It looked like, I think it might have gotten tipped. But either way, the schoolyard basketball gets stuck. I don't think I've seen that in like a handful of years.
No, it's not something you see much. And that actually is much more difficult than making one.
Yeah. Bethesda right now playing inspired basketball at 14-6 on Utah Valley. And a lot of it has to deal with jump shots like that. Justin Clark, 5 points.
Well, right now the thing that concerns Coach Madsen and his staff is the fact that this is kind of the recipe that the other teams, Wyoming and Southern Utah, used to beat Utah Valley this last weekend.
McCord, Fardaws Amac. Fardaws Amac gets met with a swat. Justin Johnson extends those arms, and he immediately calls.
Looks like he might have injured himself.
He's calling immediately for his coach to sub him out. He's holding what looks like in his groin area. I'm not sure if when he jumped up, if he tweaked something or not. But he's walking off and he's wincing.
Yeah.
So
I hope he's
keep an
okay.
eye on that, yeah.
A good-looking athlete is Justin Johnson. Like, chiseled.
So Bethesda with the 16-6, 10-point lead with less than 15 to play here in the first half. Whistle is called, offensive foul against the Flames.
I watched that one, and I'm not sure. Yeah, that was an interesting call. Maybe it was just the fact that it was a little bit of overzealous contact, but I thought it was a pretty good pick there, set. But again, Dave Hall's done this a little bit longer than I have.
Jordan Battle in the game for the Utah Valley Wolverines. Connor Harding for three, and that's good.
Utah Valley, great job right there, just finding Connor Harding, who had sprinted to the corner. His man had left him, knocked it down.
And Tim Caesar checking in at the scorer's table for Utah Valley. This is going to be one of those games where the bench is going to be used a lot, trying to get those guys that might not necessarily get to playing time.
Well, great job of staying vertical there by Tim Fuller. A lot of contact, but when you stay vertical, you're not going to get called.
Connor Harding. That one rattles out. And you talked about in the open, Josh, no Justin Harmon, and we don't have Trey Woodbury still for Utah Valley. So all these different players, Coach Madsen and his staff trying to mix and match and see who the best lineup or what the best lineup is with the players out there. As there's a foul on the floor. Asa McCord getting tied up with Sam Skipper.
It looked like they're going to call that a McCord. That was kind of pick a number, any number. Two guys going hard for a 50-50 ball and got a little bit too entangled. You got to call something there or things get too rough.
So Bethesda still on top with a 7-point lead. And Bethesda just working the boards right now. Another foul.
Yeah, go ahead, Brandon. I'm sorry.
Jordan Battle just diving on the floor, laying on Justin Clark.
Well, I was about to say, I think right now it's obvious the team with the energy. The team with the energy is wearing black. The team that's lackadaisical a little bit and they're a step slow is wearing white. And you look at the scoreboard, the team wearing black is winning. So that's some easy math right there.
So Eli Cohen checking in for the first time tonight for the Bethesda Flames. And a solid rebound.
Yeah, excellent box out on the backside there by Connor Harding. What he did is what all good rebounders need to do, and that's seal your man. When that ball came off onto the opposite side, he had his man sealed, went up to get it. Now the better athlete was jumping behind him, but it didn't matter because he had to reach over on top of him and commit the foul. So basic basketball 101.
So both teams have been scoreless for a while. Let's see if Utah Valley can get a couple points on this possession. And Bethesda playing very physical, very energetic. Like you said, Christopher Blunt getting called for that personal. That's his first.
Well, you have a lot of energy, but one of the issues you're going to run into if you're Bethesda is that you have a pretty thin bench. There's not a whole lot, even just in numbers. And so you've got to really be careful to not, A, foul too much, and B, wear yourself out early in the game when you blow all your energy.
Asa McCord for three. That one misses off the front iron.
Asa, a guy who's hit a couple here in this last road trip, hit a couple of threes and had started playing a little bit more, making a nice contribution out of Westlake High School here locally.
Another catch and shoot at the top of the key. This one misses from Josiah Woods. Again, here comes Asa McCord and the Utah Valley Wolverines. Fardaw Zamak going to kick it back out to Tim Caesar. Too strong. Nice skied up rebound attempt by Connor Harding. That one gets slapped out of play. Colby Leifson now checking into the game for the first time for Utah Valley. And Rayshawn Bolger coming in for Bethesda.
Well, McCord goes out of the game. And, again, if I mentioned Westlake High School here locally, I've got to mention the coach out there, Coach Nate Carling, a good friend of mine who does an incredible job with his program out there. In fact, SUU, one of their better players in Mason Fawcett from that same program.
Yes, indeed.
He gave the Wolverines fits again this year.
Good defense by the Wolverines on this possession. Beautiful pass from Bethesda. Couldn't finish at the rack. Was Rayshawn Bolger in 2 weeks.
Right, at Utah Valley, one of the issues they've had so far this year is really poor field goal shooting at times. And they've gone through real stretches where they haven't been able to shoot it. And one of those stretches is currently right now in this basketball game, as we're now going to have, it looks like a pick out on top called against Tim Caesar there. But back to my point of the shooting, 27% shooting right now for Utah Valley here. And you're almost 10 minutes into a ball game against an opponent that you're supposed to beat. And not just supposed to beat, you're supposed to beat handily. And so Utah Valley really struggling with the shooting, which sometimes is just a case of execution.
Bethesda launching another three-pointer and making it Christopher Blunt leading all scorers now. First to double digits with 11.
Well, Blunt has really, really shot the ball well. That's his third three-point shot so far, and we're just 9 minutes into this game.
Nice pass to Fardaw Zamak. Zamak double team, back out to Battle. Battle pulls it back to reset. Darthard lets it fly. That one falls through.
Well, Darthard is a guy who can shoot that ball. In fact, that is really what he's here for, is his ability to shoot that and his ability to guard.
The Trey Darthard with the Josh Childress look. Old school Dr. J afro.
Love it.
Blunt kicks it back out. Pesky hands on the defensive side, have the ball loose. 10 on the clock for Bethesda. Blunt again, heat check. That one rips off. Fardaws Amac with his 6th rebound. Battle. Leifson in transition. Too strong.
Now Leifson, a shooter that you really like to see be able to come in and knock those down when he comes in to games, and everyone really expects everything out of his hands to go in.
Fardaws Amac with the man's rebound there, number 7. Leifson, same spot, same result.
Well, and shooters never stop shooting. You always keep shooting that thing. And Kobe Leifson, a guy that really could, Utah Valley could really use him getting hot.
And a very lucky play goes right into the hands of Rayshawn Bolger, who's there to put it up and in.
I call that an assist right there.
Yes.
Yeah, just stripped away and right into the hands of a hustling Rayshawn.
Colby Leifson, I guess he just needed somebody in his face.
And he needed to go deeper.
Jeez.
And that one was a little flat, but I'll tell you, sometimes when you start shooting from deeper, as a guy who used to shoot a little bit deep myself, you flatten that shot out a little bit, and sometimes you have good results.
Fardaws Amac on the defensive side, but there to put it through, Daniel Estes.
Good-looking move by Daniel Estes. Nice move. And Daniel Estes listed at 6'5", and to shoot that hook up over the 6'11" AMAC, beautiful.
Darthard misses the corner 3. Utah Valley still trailing by 8. 9 minutes left in the first. Blunt just going coast to coast. And I believe that went off of either Tim Caesar or Jordan Battle. They're going to call Battle for the foul anyway. Yeah. Harding and Neild would re-enter for Utah Valley, along for Bethesda with Sam Skipper and Alexander Herndon.
And in the midst of that was Estes again, or Estes, and Daniel Estes is giving him a nice little lift here in the last minute or so.
Another rebound there from Bethesda.
Utah Valley coaching staff really unhappy right there. A lot of turning and looking from the Utah Valley side on that rebound.
Fardaws Amac steps into that. Says, Estes, you got the best of me last time. Not going to happen again. Latrey Darthard going up. And I think they might call a goaltend on that one.
I thought there should be a goaltend on that. There was a foul, and someone grabbed the net there, and so it was very interesting.
So Estes was the guilty party for the foul. They're going to say that the foul happened before the net was bowled.
And that's the official comes over, and that's good communication by the official to the Utah Valley bench. She just came over and said, hey, we called that before. And Utah Valley says, okay, thank you very much, and we move along.
So Latrey Darthard makes the free throw. The 6'4" guard from Denton, Texas, averaging a little over 8 points a game for this Utah Valley squad.
And he's a guy, Darthard, that really has got to pick up some of the slack from the loss of Harmon and the loss of course, Trey Woodbury. And those two guys are very important wing players, but Latrey Darthard very capable of doing that.
17-23, Bethesda still on top of Utah Valley. The Wolverines trying to wake up. Bethesda doing a great job of keeping this Wolverine team on their heels. Good ball movement here from the Flames. Nice step back, give and go, draws the foul. Oh, and he gets it to fall through. Sam Skipper.
Looked a little discombobulated, but I'll tell you, nice finish there by Sam Skipper.
So 8 minutes left here in the first half. 17-25, the Wolverines trying to figure this out. Harding loses it, gets it back, down low to Fardaws Amac, who loses that one. Step back three-pointer from Bethesda comes up short. Another solid rebound from Herndon.
Utah Valley just continues to be out-hustled.
Herndon looking like a little Steph Curry. Gets blocked by Tim Fuller, right back into the hands of Bethesda. 10 on the clock for the Flames. Cohen, a deep three here. That one misses well off by Herndon.
Herndon rushed that a little quicker. He had a little more time than he thought he did.
Latrey Darthard in the corner. Yes, sir.
That's good ball movement right there. That's great secondary break action right there. You go, you run to your spots, and you know that you're going to have a guy that's running to the corner there on that late secondary break, and a good job by Harding to find him in that corner in Latrey Darthard.
Coach Mark Madsen yelled Bethesda shooting 33%. Fardaws Amack gets it out to Blaze Neal. Blaze Neal to Connor Harding. Harding in a good spot, lays it up and in.
That's just a good look ahead and a good find by Blaze Neal right there.
So Utah Valley trails by 3. And a moving screen called
against
the most Bethesda.
Obvious moving screen I've ever witnessed right there. But, of course, Justin Johnson felt like he was just rolling to the basket after the pick, but not so much.
Good replay of Connor Harding. Now Utah Valley can potentially tie here. Fuller, Harding, thought about it, puts it back on the floor, dribble drive, jump step, Euro step with
That's
the
beautiful.
flush. Nice feed from Harding and
That's
getting the big fella involved.
Beautiful, beautiful jump stop. Under control was Harding the entire time, and then left it off for his teammate for the two-hand slam.
Another great answer there from Bethesda. Sam Skipper now with 7 points on the evening.
Well, as we said, a couple of these Flames players really showing out right now.
And if you're Bethesda, like, what else do you have to lose? You're up here in Orem. You're going to go hard against this Utah Valley team, and back-to-back buckets for Bethesda. 29-24. Just when Utah Valley was getting close, Bethesda keeping their distance.
Yeah, nice move there from Josiah Woods. He just took it hard to the basket. Nobody stopped it.
Blaze Neal, bounce pass to Tim Fuller, and they're going to say that was before the shot. So foul will go against Josiah Woods. Take another replay at that beautiful move from Connor Harding. And Fardaws Amack there.
I think the most impressive part of that right there was the beautiful Euro jump stop there, where Harding knew exactly where he wanted to go, and just the nice footwork and then the excellent look to his teammate.
Tim Fuller makes his first free throw.
That's something that Tim Fuller has worked really hard on, is his free throw shooting, and he continues to improve as the season's gone along here.
Fuller, the sophomore from Gilbert, Arizona. The same area, same high school as Jake Toulson. Former WAC Player of the Year a couple years ago for this Utah Valley team. Playing over in Germany now. Fuller makes both free throws, and Trey Farr will check in for Fuller.
Well, I think it's important to get Trey Farr some time. He's a guy that they're going to count on at some point throughout the season. He has had some meaningful minutes in certain ball games, and they have to keep him ready.
Utah Valley down by 3, almost down by 6. Blaze Neal with the rebound for Utah Valley. Latrey Darthard, Connor Harding in the corner. That one comes up short. Harding gets another rebound. Harding steps into a three-pointer, going to try a different angle. Fardaws Amack gets a rebound over 2 defenders. Latrey Darthard there to put it up and through. Count it.
Well, that's excellent pursuit of the basketball by the Utah Valley team right there. The entire team pursuing the basketball on the offensive boards, where they have not been doing that so far in this basketball game. It's taken 15 minutes for Utah Valley to finally kind of wake up and say, we're playing a basketball game against the talented basketball team. We need to impose our will.
So Latrey Darthard at the line to tie the ball game, which he does. So Darthard now the lone Wolverine in double digits. Ties Blunt for game high with 11 apiece.
Well, Latrey's been solid all game so far. He's kind of been the lone Wolverine to really kind of show up at game time.
So 29-29, 4:55 left to play in the first half. Woods catches, shoots, comes up too strong off the back iron. Another three-pointer deep inside Utah Valley territory. Fardaws Amac gets the rebound. Looking for some help, gives off to Blaze Neal. Neal down low to Farr. Farr back and low, down with a nice turnaround skyhook.
Well, that was beautiful use of his body right there by Farr. He just shielded the smaller player, swung it up from the hip, and made it in.
Some jungle ball here. LaTre Darthur gets it, gets tripped up from behind. Foul will be called. I believe this is going to go against
Utah Valley.
Rayshon Bolger.
Utah Valley now, Brandon, is actually showing that they are the aggressor and that they are starting to hustle more. You see there's a loose ball. That's a 50-50 ball, and suddenly Utah Valley coming up with those balls and getting fouled. So Utah Valley, like I said, 15-minute late start. Is that what they call a snow day?
Yes.
Yeah, on a snow day, sometimes they just start you late.
Over 16 inches here in the Provo-Orem area over the last week, the last 3 or 4 days, really, as LaTre Darthur makes that bucket. More snow in the past week than I feel like we got all year last year.
But seriously, it's maybe even the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Utah Valley now makes that a 9-0 run here over the last minute. And it's kind of interesting. You look at it and you say, well, it's only 33. And over the last minute, I said they were 15 minutes late, right?
Yep. Right on time. That's a long two-pointer coming up, hit the front iron. LaTre Darthur with the rebound. Darthur trying to go coast to coast, dishes to Farr. Farr gets fouled. Josiah Woods looked like he got all ball on that one. We'll have to take another look at the replay. Athletic move from Woods on the defensive side, but Farr will get fouled and go to the line.
Yeah, we're talking about that snow. Our producer just actually showed me the numbers and said more snow in that one first snowstorm that we had on Wednesday night than we've had than we had all last year in 2020.
That's crazy. So, if that doesn't sell you to come up here to Orem, Utah for ski season, Sundance Resort is about 25 minutes away.
Come catch a game.
Come catch a game. Say hi to Josh.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'll meet you up there at the Owl Bar.
Oh, there we go. Don't sleep on those nachos. Blaze Neal loses the ball. Let's see what Bolger can do. Bolger with the old school finger roll.
I liked it. I liked that. And he said, you know what? It's not showtime. I'm just going to lay it in.
35-31, the Wolverines still on top by 4. 3:30 left to play in the first half. Blaze Neal gets it to LaTre Darthur. LaTre Darthur has some room. Give and go pass. Blaze Neal going to split the defense, gets emotional support and comfort in the face of one of the most devastating tornado outbreaks in years. Again, that is redcross.org/ESPN. An offensive foul called against Bethesda. And it wasn't long ago, Josh, that we saw this Utah Valley team trailing by 9 points.
Well, Utah Valley has, as we kind of discussed a few minutes ago, they've kind of showed up about 15 minutes late and have started to actually impose their will and started to play and battle. There's a good pick inside by Farr, good battle by him, and it's going to stay here.
Farr was taking on three dudes.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, since Trey Farr came in the basketball game, Utah Valley has actually really picked things up. I guess we can blame it on him.
Trey Farr at the free throw line for the Utah Valley Wolverines. Farr with 4 points. Already 2 of 2 from the charity stripe. Making that 3 of 3.
Well, Trey's come in, and what he's done is he's done a nice job of using his size. On an undersized basketball team, he's used his size to create opportunities for himself.
Farr successful at the free throw line, continuing to be perfect. The sophomore from St. George, Utah, coming to Utah Valley via Snow College.
Yeah, that's just some poor defense right there, Utah Valley. Nice pass, nice cut, and a good finish by the Flames, but Utah Valley really sleeping on their watch right there.
Blaze Neal. Fardaws Amac gets it. And gets fouled. Fardaws Aimaq, as soon as he gets that ball, like white on rice, these defenders just right on him.
Well, and Dave Hall is calling that foul as basically he's saying the defender is crowding the space. So you're getting up too far inside the space of the offensive player. It's something that really didn't exist 10 years ago, but it's a call that happens now where when you're getting up underneath the opponent and getting up too far and cause that opponent to lose their footing or what have you, then that's going to be considered a foul.
So we talked about with that wonderful graphic earlier, Fardaws Aimaq leads the nation in double-doubles with 8, and that right there makes him number 9.
Yeah.
Double-double number 9 on the season.
And he's finished with it in the first half.
I know one of my New Year's resolutions is to try and eat healthier, eat better, stay in shape, but all this double-double talk, I might have to go in and out after this.
There you go. Yeah, it's my fault for saying double-double. I apologize.
That's what it is. Let's just try and see what we can do. Maybe we can have Fardaws Aimaq.
Maybe somebody will get a triple-double.
Maybe maybe Fardaws should talk to In-N-Out with an NIL deal or something.
There you go.
Connor Harding with the rebound for the Wolverines. Wolverines now up 41-33. Blaze Neal with the alley-oop. Nice. Slam dunk, Fardaws Aimaq.
Well, you got to love Blaze Neal, always looking for a teammate, and that right there is just a beautiful layout for his teammate.
12 points for the Big Maple.
Blunt went down there and looked like he might be in a little bit of pain, but he's okay.
Willie the Wolverine looking out to dish out some Christmas cheer like Blaze Neal just dished out that beautiful assist to Fardaws Aimaq.
There you go.
Willie the Wolverine, one of the most dapper mascots in the country.
Dapper.
Underrated mascot here in the state of Utah.
Definitely underrated. There are some that are overrated, I think. And that's going to be a first down, I think. I think he got across the line, didn't he? Kind of tackle there at midcourt, but
Connor Harding was trying to reach the pylon.
Yeah, that's what I said. He dove for the pylon. I think it's a first down and a touchdown. Count it.
Justin Clark guilty of the foul.
That's just a good hard play by both players right there. They just get a little bit tangled up, and you go down, and they're going to have to call a foul right there. Justin Clark saying, whoa, I didn't really do anything, but their feet get a little tangled up, and down you go, and that's going to be a foul every time. And good on the official. She comes and explains to him exactly what the call was for, and Clark agrees. I think that's outstanding officiating when the officials communicate with not only the coaches but with the player and say, hey, this is why. And that's just outstanding officiating.
And how many times you watch an NBA game and every time there's a whistle, all the NBA players shrug their shoulders. They have no clue what's going on.
Yeah, I'd hate to put an NBA player in stripes because nobody would ever foul anybody.
Nice drive and an even better follow-through from Bulger. Bulger doing very well tonight, 8 points.
Well, what Bulger's doing is when Fardaws Aimaq goes over to try to challenge on the play, there's no help coming from the Wolverines on that bottom side. Nice
Another
pass.
alley-oop, big man to big man.
Yeah, that right there is just a good look by Farrer, who's playing tremendous.
Farr, Connor Harding to Latrey Darthard. Darthard with the two hands.
That was smooth right there. That was smooth elevation.
Latrey Darthard, who says he still has the video of his first dunk on his phone from when he was in 7th grade.
Wow, 7th grade, huh? Wow.
I was dunking on Nerf hoops in 7th grade.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't. I dunked on. I just never mind. I did not. We just didn't have phones to record it, so I can say whatever.
So the final 10 seconds here of the first half. Connor Harding, Farr, Blaze Neal with the three-pointer in the corner. That one rattles out. And that second half is officially underway here in Orem, Utah. 20 more minutes of basketball, at least. Utah Valley hopes it's going to be 20 more minutes.
Yeah.
On top, 47-35. Again, Utah Valley in their whites with the green trim. Bethesda, the Flames in their blacks. And a nice, beautiful first look for Tim Fuller in the second half for 2 points.
Well, again, there's Blaze Neal, the point guard, finding his guy for a good, easy look. And Blaze Neal right there with his 6th assist of the basketball game. And really, that's what Blaze Neal does. He does not do anything sexy. He just does what needs to be done to win basketball games.
Good defense by Latrey Darthard.
He does have a sexy haircut, though.
Yes, he does. And Blaze Neal gets a sexy rebound. Zigzags his way up the court, pulls it back, looking for Darthard now. Harding back to Darthard, and that one gets lost. Here comes Bethesda, 2-on-1. Taking it all the way is Josiah Woods.
Nice, but well done there by Josiah Woods. He protected the basketball from the oncoming defender and then made the difficult layup going 100 miles an hour. That's a lot more difficult than it looks, folks.
Blaze Neal drives, gets the contact, and scores. And one for Blaze Neal.
Great job of taking that ball right up into the chest of the shot blocker right there. The bigger defender with the excellent bounce there in Justin Johnson. He just took it right up into his neck, and you really can't do anything as a defender except try to stay vertical, and Johnson wasn't able to.
Neal misses the free throw. Blaze Neal so far 4 points. And I do beg your pardon, Josh. I incorrectly told you they put the 6 up on the score thing, and then they took it back, so it's actually only 5 credited assists. Whoa! Blaze Neal with an alley-oop to Tim Fuller. There's the 6th assist.
Yeah. He said, you know, since you're not going to give me that one, I'll take this one. Beautiful, beautiful play.
The vision from Blaze Neal.
And the accuracy of the pass from that deep down the floor is just incredible.
Blaze Neal dropping dimes.
I mean, for a guy who could shoot it, I certainly could not pinpoint pass. That's for sure. That's not something I did well.
There's a handful of NFL teams right now. We're looking for some quarterbacks with that precision.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, and my point of saying that was nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with the fact that is a very difficult pass to make. From half court to put that thing on a dime, incredible.
And Tim Fuller gets pushed from behind. Draws the foul. Only question as to who committed it. And that's going to go against Daniel Estes.
Well, the size and the strength of Utah Valley right now starting to wear on the Flames. And you can really see it, the foul total starting to pick up. And, you know, they're a talented. Oh, my goodness. That's number 7. And again, that beautiful pass, that's a beautiful pass from out of bounds. And that is a difficult skill, folks, and he's just putting it on display for us all to watch.
Blaze Neal putting on a show, and not only that, but to see how high Fardaws Amac went up to get that, too.
He did, too. But all right, now, even better job, you come down here, and Daniel Estes takes it right into, again, as I said, go into the chest of the shot blocker, take it right up into his chin. And that's exactly what Daniel Estes did right there, and he drew the foul on Fardaws Amac. Amac not able to keep his verticality and took it right in the chest. Good job by Estes.
Free throw missed by Estes, rebounded by Utah Valley. The Wolverines up 55-39. 17:35 left to play in the game. Neal gets the contact. He left that one a little bit too low. Easy swat there for Estes.
Yeah, Estes does a nice job. He's come off the bench. He's given them quality minutes so far today. Really like his hustle and the way that he plays with really no fear.
Connor Harding, wide open look. Rims off. Fuller gobbles it up. Big man rebound. Puts it back up and in.
Well, and right now you're starting to see, the size and the strength of the Utah Valley backcourt, or front court, excuse me, starting to show itself.
Sam Skipper driving and putting his shoulder into Connor Harding, who commits the foul. So Connor Harding's second personal foul. Now Harding will take a break, and Harding still unhappy with that call. The competitor in him frustrated.
Well, absolutely. And Connor Harding is a guy who really plays hard defensively, and he also moves a lot offensively. He really has an excellent all-around game, and he's not just a shooter of the basketball.
And another foul is going to be called on Utah Valley. This one's going to go against Fardaws Amac, and that'll be his second personal foul. So Utah Valley stalling on the defensive side over the last couple of minutes with a handful of fouls. Another quick three-pointer in the corner, and another rebound by Tim Fuller.
That was a good challenge out there on the perimeter by Blaze Neal, getting out there and making it uncomfortable.
Neal looking for another assist. Big man to big man this time. Fuller to Fardaws.
Well, I really like to see that. Utah Valley's big men really look for each other.
Yes.
And that's one of the nice things. It's not necessarily, things that come out of scripted offense, but they are looking for one another because they like each other.
Beautiful step-back three-pointer from Sam Skipper.
Because I'll tell you, I had teammates I didn't look for because I didn't like them. It's the truth.
Skipper now one of two Flames in double digits as Jordan Battle steps into a three. Comes up short. Blunt trying to split the D. Jordan Battle steps in. Gets the steal. Battle looking for some help. That was a little
Twisted
awkward.
his ankle a little bit there, it looked like.
Latrey Darthur steps into a three, and he puts that one through.
Well, good job by Latrey. What he did there that was such a good job was that he caught that, was a little bit off balance, so he righted himself, looked around, kind of took his time and said, oh, well, I am open, and knocked it down instead of just catching it and rushing it because he was open.
Blunt with beautiful rotation on that shot.
Yeah, he's an excellent shooter. He's a good player. He just really is. They've shown a lot, have the Bethesda Flames. So I'm really impressed with them, and I just wanted to make that point.
Absolutely. Bethesda, again, coming from Anaheim, California, about a 5-minute drive from Disneyland from the NCAA.
Yeah, my grandson and granddaughter were there with their parents this week. Hilarious video.
Beautiful place. But like you said, Josh, a lot of athletes on this Bethesda squad, and giving Utah Valley fits. Another assist from Blaze Neal and one for Tim Fuller. Blaze Neal now with 8 assists on the night.
I love it. Blaze giving a little something back to the bench. The guys on the bench saluting him for that. And I'll tell you, you see certain things that teams do to one another when they're on the floor and when they're on the bench, and you can see the type of camaraderie that they have. And I think Utah Valley always has good camaraderie because they have such great leadership in Coach Madsen.
Solid rebound there from Latrey Darthur, who might have gotten hurt. And swatting Tim Fuller on the other end, Daniel Estes. Head full of steam are the Flames, and they miss.
Well, nice athletic move there to keep himself from falling down and traveling, and now a technical foul. Just a great job of athleticism, catching himself by the big maple there, and we call the big maple as Fardaws Amac, the Canadian, and good job by him to walk away from whatever was said down there on the other end.
Josiah Woods gets a technical foul, and that's it for him. He got the foul and then the technical foul, so his night is through. So Woods finishes with 4 points.
Well, that's going to hurt him a little bit there. Josiah Woods was making a nice contribution.
And Latrey Darthur makes the free throw in the background. Tim Caesar comes in for Tim Fuller.
Well, Tim Caesar, a guy that he's got an excellent jump shot. He shoots the three-point shot well. I'd really like to see him get more active on the inside, really use some of that athleticism that he has and that size to get to the boards and also defensively. Be a little more active, if you will.
Utah Valley on a 9-0 run over the last minute. So Blaze Neal, in the last game that we called, Josh, which was in November, which seems like a lifetime ago.
It does.
Versus Antelope Valley, Blaze Neal had a career-high 9 assists. And right now he's flirting with that, probably going to break that tonight. Right now he has 8, and he's got the ball.
Well, the number one thing I've always noticed about Blaze Neal is that he takes such good care of the basketball. As he knocks down a three, on cue.
On cue.
But he takes such good care of the basketball in addition to sharing it so well. So really, you know, he's one of these guys, he just simply doesn't hurt you.
The Bethesda trailing 71-42. Fardaws Zamac takes that one out of midair. Blaze Neild. Battle, thought about it. Darthur, nice bounce pass to Caesar. Caesar!
Well, that's exactly what I was talking about right there. I want to see Tim Caesar do that. Challenge guys, go to the rim. And that was a good job of trying to go to the rim right there, but even there it looked almost a little indecisive at first.
Very true.
Yeah.
If you went up full 100% right from the get-go, I think we have a sports
flushes
center.
that on somebody. But he didn't make up his mind early, and just a slight hesitation allowed the defender to come over and just challenge him enough to miss that.
And travel is the call against the Bethesda Flames.
Well, a good challenge there by Caesar, as we were speaking of him, and he comes up with a defensive play to force a turnover.
Neild over to Battle. Back to Neild. Latrey Darthard in the corner. Darthard back to Amac. He'll shoot it. Puts it on the floor. Dribble drive. Gets stripped. Here comes the Flames. Good defense by Utah Valley, forcing Bethesda to work it back out and reset. Isaiah Burton with the step back. Stutter step. 3. Too strong. Battle there with the rebound for Utah Valley.
Really like the way Battle goes after the basketball when it's in the air. He just really, I mean, he moves his feet. He doesn't wait for it to come to him.
So Isaiah Burton with his 4th foul. And send Latrey Darthard to the free throw line. Wolverines on a 16-3 run over the last 4.5 minutes as Asa McCord.
I thought that was funny. The little exchange I caught there. Brandon, I apologize for interrupting, but as McCord comes in, he says, you go for Blaze. He says, so Coach, I'm number 1? Meaning I'm the point guard. And Coach Madsen's like, good one.
Basketball jokes.
Yeah, well, for those of you that understand that, that's pretty funny. I don't think our producer Ben has any clue what I just said. He's shaking his head no.
Latrey Darthard with Utah Valley up by 30, makes it 31. Hopefully Blaze Neild gets back into the game just so we can get at least 2 more assists here.
Well, actually, I'm hoping he doesn't. I hope that Utah Valley can continue to build this and get the starters on the bench, get some guys some time that don't normally see some time, because you never know when these guys might be called upon.
Latrey Darthard in the corner. Latrey. Latrey. 76-42. Jump shot. Rims off. Here comes Latrey Darthard with the steal. Darthard with Battle. Darthard Euro step. Gets back from behind. Kevin McHale, that Coach Madsen says he learned from Kevin McHale in his 3rd year in the NBA, in his 1st year with Minnesota. And that is, of course,
the up and under. Why wouldn't it be?
Kevin McHale, the master of those post moves.
Yeah, that up and under, that fake and go. And it, yeah, he literally was a master, but he was also built like Gumby.
Very true.
A beautiful shot there by Justin Clark. Strokes that 3, the senior from Crenshaw High, right near where my dad grew up.
Beautiful shot there from Tim Fuller from the elbow. That's old school.
Old school, yeah. Mid-range. The lost art, if you will.
Yes.
We've been calling that a lost art for the last 30 years. Ever since the three-point line came in, it's really continued to disappear.
And we saw that clip a little while ago of Coach Madsen and him, and the rocker step is what he learned from Kevin McHale, Coach Madsen.
Okay, the rocker step.
And he's taught that to everybody. And there's a 3-pointer for Jordan Battle.
Well, Jordan Battle's a guy who has a lot of ability, and just a freshman can do a lot. So Be very interesting to see how he develops as he continues his career. But I really like his athleticism and his strength. He's built more like a linebacker.
Fardaws Amac just going to run out of the tunnel, head to go get some Raising Cane's chicken in our media room. Comes back.
No sauce in there, dude, so you're probably not going to like it.
And I think that possibly could be the end of the night for Fardaws Amac.
Well, you would hope it is, to be quite honest. This is a game where you really don't want your star player to continue to play. And right there, Sam Skipper tried to bounce it off a player that wasn't there.
And luckily for that lady in the front row,
same lady.
She was paying attention this time.
Yeah, there you go.
But Jordan Battle now passing the timeline with 11 minutes left here in this contest. And another travel. That's the second time Connor Harding has been called for a travel.
Well, if I had any critique of Connor Harding's game that I think he might take a look at on film, is he fakes a lot when he's open. He pump fakes and he tries to go when he's open. That right there, he could have caught and shot in that corner. He's a good enough shooter that he could catch and shoot, but he, on something where he's being guarded a little bit. But he likes to fake and go.
Another foul is going to be called. This time it will go. I think they're going to call that against Tim Caesar.
But you understand what I'm referring to with Connor, and I mean, it's something that obviously he's very good at doing, is faking that and getting himself some room to make other kind of moves and get his teammates involved in other things. But sometimes got to be a little bit selfish and knock that down when that's what you're called upon to do.
Estes misses the jump shot, rebounded by Asa McCord. And we saw earlier this week, we saw NBA history with Steph Curry setting the record for most three-pointers in a career. And talk about a guy who catches and shoots. And he learned from one of the best in his coach, and Steve Kerr.
Well, and from his father, who was one of the best in his era.
But if you talking about that point, I mean, they say you perform best when you're not thinking. And I think sometimes with Connor Harding in regards to that, he might think too much.
Yeah, I think he doesn't realize sometimes that he's 6'6", and the defender's coming out, and he can just raise up and knock that down. And they aren't challenging him nearly what he thinks they are. So I would challenge him to take a look at some tape and really evaluate. There's a lot of times where he could get shots off.
Justin Clark with a three-pointer from the corner. Clark, 11 points. Skipper with 10 so far. So 2 Flames in double digits on the floor for Bethesda.
Well,
nice spin move, but rejected hard at the rim. There's Jordan Battle diving on the floor.
I love it.
Alley-oop for Caesar.
There we go. A great look from Asa McCord. But I'll tell you what really made that play was Jordan Battle getting on the floor right there. And you could hear the elbow hit on that. Ooh.
You're up 83-48, and Jordan Battle is diving on the floor. I think that's exactly the type of program that Coach Madsen wants here.
Absolutely. But Jordan Battle, kudos to him. Look at this dive on the floor there, and then the beautiful alley-oop from the Westlake High native, Saratoga Springs, Utah. Throwing it up, Tim Caesar.
Nice.
And he says, throw it down, big man, throw it down. Credit to Bill Walton.
Bill Walton, if you're at a Grateful Dead concert somewhere, you can come back here to Utah and join us.
Anytime, my man. One of the coolest cats in the world, Bill Walton.
And speaking about rebounding.
Oh, yeah, my goodness. And inside efficiency and passing. Whew. Guy was unreal.
And hair.
Above all, hair.
Great hustle play there from Daniel Estes, who gets the foul. Will go to the free throw line to try and complete the old school three-point play.
Well, I'll tell you, he's been a real bright spot for them. I mean, he listed at 6'5", and he has been playing most of the night against 6'11" Dawes Amac and also Tim Fuller at 6'9", Farr at 6'9". He's really way undersized, and he's done a great job. Great job.
Estes now with 7 points on the evening. Bolger with 8. Another alley-oop. Trey Farr getting in the mix. And that is tying the career high for Blaze Neal with assist and assist number 9.
Oh, beautiful. And I'll tell you, that was a nice catch. Caught it low and still got it down. Trey Farr, I tell you, he's got sneaky bounce. Sneaky bounce.
Sneaky bunnies. It might be those Addy zeros. The extra oomph from either the Hardens or the.
No, I think he just got natural bounce in his calves there, man. See those massive things.
They are bigger than mine, so. 85-51, 8-12 left to play in the contest.
Yeah, he does have sneaky bounce, though. He's shown it in a couple of games where he's got some good throwdowns. But I'll tell you, there's Estes getting up with him again there at 6'5". The guy just hustles, man. He's got a great motor. I really like him.
There's Latrey in the corner. Beautiful one-arm putback from Trey. Who is this guy? Who is this number 21 for Utah Valley?
I know he was an All-American in junior college, and I'll tell you, he's starting to look a lot like that guy.
Latrey Darthard with the pickpocket, draws the 7 of 11 from the floor, 6 of 6 at the stripe.
Well, you know, sometimes you just have a bad night. Well, I mean, he missed 4 shots. Jeez, my goodness.
Got to hone it in.
Unbelievable. What he does is unbelievable.
Nice rebound there from Tim Fuller. Blaze Neal, who just set a career high with 9 assists a few minutes ago, looking to set another career high. Darthard with a dribble drive.
From all over the place.
Tim Fuller almost had an alley-oop that would have sent this place into a frenzy.
Well, and another nice pass, just a little bit out of the reach, though, of Fuller. Mistimed it a little bit between the two, the passer and the alley-oopee.
Latrey's previous career high in points was 13 versus Denver. And that came just a couple days ago.
Well, the one thing I really like about Blaze Neal, anytime you see him with the basketball, his head is up and he is looking for a teammate.
Asa McCord on the hustle. And looks like a couple Bethesda teammates ran into each other. And Estes was on the floor. Alexander Stein coming in. They had a heavy collision. And we've talked about this before, Josh, but this Bethesda team, they just do not give up at all.
Yeah, they don't. And they play hard, and I think it's wonderful that they're such battlers and that they really just don't stop. And it's a credit to their coaching and to them as players and people.
(92-51) Utah Valley on top big. And it hasn't always been this way as Estes misses. Asa McCord with the rebound. Asa McCord looks out to battle. Back to McCord, cross court to Leifson. Leifson lets it fly. Fuller can't get the rebound. Here comes the outlet pass. Jordan Battle almost ran into a lady over there.
The same lady.
The same lady. She's been targeted 3 times tonight.
3 times. Her friend would be okay, though, because it's all going straight at her. Straight at the one lady. She has almost worn an athlete all over her a couple of times tonight, and she's a good sport. She's laughing. It's easy to laugh when none of them have actually ended up in your lap.
Very true. I remember those Laker days with Coach Madsen and those people sitting on the front row, and Shaq would come down, tearing down the lane.
Goodness.
Nice, beautiful up and under there from Alexander Herndon.
Yeah, I remember Shaq going after a couple of loose balls into the crowd that way, and people just, several rows of people being eliminated.
Uh-huh. Ooh. Bethesda just continuing to hustle. Colby Leifson, 3 points in front of his own bench.
Colby got that one to go, and I think it goes back to that point you were talking about. There's no thinking right
just
there.
Catch and shoot.
Yeah, he turned, caught, shot.
Nice drive. Oh, and a swat. Rejected by Anderson. No look pass. Oh, Farr wanted to throw it down.
Yeah, that was going to be a highlight reel right there, but stripped away and fouled was Farr. But I'll tell you, on the other end, what about Big Andy? Brock Anderson from Bingham High. The 6'8 sophomore goes up and eliminates the shot.
B-Rock with the block. And here's the person that we haven't seen in a long time is Justin Johnson's coming into the game. I believe that is only because Burton's night is through with his 5th personal foul. But you still see Justin Johnson very gingerly walking out there on the court. Of course, he left earlier in that first half after what looked like might have been a groin pull. But we talked about, Josh, this Bethesda team only had 12 players to begin with, and they've already lost 2 in foul trouble. Yeah, to fouls, and then a couple of guys that were a little banged up, and that included Justin Johnson early in this game. At Utah Valley now down. I mean, it's good to see Brock Anderson get into the basketball game. He's a walk-on, as we talked about, or we talked about him being out of Bingham High School. So, you know, a solid backup at 6'8". And it's good to see him get into a basketball game like this with, 5 minutes to go where he can actually get some real work, because these are guys that, you never know when they might be pressed into action. Asa McCord running the break. Alley-oop to Battle. Farr coming in with the rebound. Back to Brock Anderson. Anderson puts it up, gets fouled, and will go to the free throw line.
Well, Anderson's a big, strong kid. He's really kind of reshaped his body even since last year quite a bit. He's put on a lot of muscle. He really looks good, and it looks like he could be a guy that can help off the bench here, deep into when you have to go deep into the bench.
Anderson's free throw too strong, maybe a little bit of nerves. But Brock Anderson, like you said, from Bingham High School.
Yeah, he's the guy that has the wonderful job of guarding Fardaws Amac every day.
Brock Anderson with the free throw.
So he's the guy. He's a big, strong kid, and so he draws that beat on your teammate duty,
which is essentially what Coach Madsen had with Shaq in the NBA.
Exactly.
He knows all about that. And an offensive foul against Johnson. Farr doing the dirty work tonight.
Yeah, Johnson just, good-looking move. You can see the frustration with Justin going as he heads to the bench after fouling out. But I'll tell you, he's a good-looking player as well. A couple of really good-looking players on his team. And he just made a spin move and just kind of got that wing out. Farr did a nice job of being in the right spot and taking it in the chest.
That free throw from Anderson, his first collegiate point.
Yeah, he's a guy who was here last year and didn't get much time at all.
There's another catch and shoot from Colby Leifson. Leifson now with 9 points.
Well, right there, I saw something that I really liked as Utah Valley goes over 100 points. You see right there that Leifson actually pointed out and acknowledged the pick from Anderson that got him open, and I really like that. They've shared the ball extremely well, and I'll tell you, a lot of it has to do with absolutely Latrey Darthard was incredible. But you have to look back at the sharing of the basketball and the play by Neild. Blaze Neild really showed what he can do.
Asa McCord with the fast break. McCord with the 2 hands.
I just wasn't sure what he was going to do there.
I don't think he was
sized
either.
it up. Yeah, he sized that up and got it. There's that guy Estes again. I really like him, man. He's really going to do nice things in their league when they come into league play.
There's a catch-and-shoot expert, Colby Leifson. That one a little bit too strong. Here comes Stein. Stein finds a crease. Anderson there with the rebound. And Coach Madsen's telling the squad to hold it up. And he's going to call a timeout.
I think he may want to get some guys in the basketball game that haven't been in yet. Yeah, just a sub timeout. He wanted to get some guys out of the game and get some other dudes into the game. And so he got the dudes in for the dudes out.
And making his debut tonight
that's Tyrell
Phillips.
out of Rigby, the booming metropolis of. He's a walk-on out of Rigby, Idaho, and he's going to go right to work here.
Battle, dribble drive, floats. Anderson there with the rebound. Anderson with his first collegiate field goal.
Wow, that's nice. Great job by Big Andy.
Brock Anderson puts Utah Valley on top 107-55. And I don't know how Malcolm Williams just did that.
Me neither.
That defied gravity.
Completely. He hung. I think he shot that on the way down. It was right before he was hitting the ground, but somehow he got it through the defender, and great job, Malcolm. And we don't know where he's out of.
Jordan Battle with the long three. Phillips with the rebound. Phillips gets it back. Phillips drives. Pass gets intercepted. The referee's going to call it deflection. Farr with the rejection. Woo!
Well, that was a discombobulated play from the beginning. I thought maybe there should have been a foul called on the dribble drive, but Alexander Herndon just kept going, and then, didn't really take into account the fact that Farr was there, and that thing got MC hammered. That was hammer time if I've ever seen it.
Farr playing a career night tonight.
I think it's the NCAA volleyball championship tonight or tomorrow. And there's Estes again going to work with that left hand. Just a beautiful post move.
Daniel Estes has no fear.
And I think he must have been a nightmare like in when he was playing in high school.
Here's a steal. Careless turnover by Utah Valley. Bodies flying all over the place. Stein kicks it back out to Estes.
And Estes, he was actually at Humboldt State before he came here.
And Bolger gets fouled. Will go to the free throw line to shoot two. And Leo Baleom, the head coach for this Bethesda squad, along with his coaching staff of Jason Spahn, Julio Lopez, have to have a great experience coming up here and playing against this Utah Valley team. And really, I know for those that might be casually tuning in, seeing the score 107-60, but like we said, that first half, the first 15 minutes, Bethesda was taking it to Utah Valley.
They really were, and they really showed a lot of things. The number one thing I always say that they showed is a lot of character.
Yes.
They showed a lot of character by coming in here and being fearless. And, you understand that you're from a different league that maybe isn't as filled with as many big and athletic players. But in this case, you come in and, Phillips unable to knock that down. The whole bench going crazy for their walk-on teammate, but unfortunately wasn't able to go. That was a good-looking stroke there.
Stein gets the love from his bench. Alexander Stein, the guard from San Clemente.
But, they've showed us a lot, the Flames. And I think they'll do outstanding when they get into their league play, and they've got some excellent players.
Phillips is open and comes up short. Herndon gives way to Bolger. Bolger gets his own rebound. Phillips comes in and draws the foul. Commits the foul with 14.8, and Coach Madsen called off the Dogs and says no shot on the way back.
Well, I think obviously that's the right thing to do here in this situation. But, again, Utah Valley shows why they are considered one of the top teams in the WAC, Western Athletic Conference, and Division I. And this Flames team, the Bethesda Flames, comes in that they will do very well in their National Christian Collegiate Athletic Association League, and wish them the very best as they go forward.
And Coach Mark Madsen calls off the Dogs, and Utah Valley will be victorious, and they will snap that two-game losing streak, 107-65, with the shot clock turned off. Leifson will dribble it out.